Should you spend your time and money on marketing or community? Are you a business owner and you're trying to figure out what's more important? Say you have $1,000 to spend and you can't figure out whether you should spend it on YouTube ads or hiring a part-time community manager. In this video, I'm going to break down the differences between the two so that you can understand them better. And most importantly, know where to spend your time and money. I'll break down the differences based on their goals, how the roles impact business, how they measure success, who benefits from the success, and how much each of these would typically cost your business. So let's start with the big picture. What do these functions typically achieve? What are their primary goals? Well, in marketing's case, their job is to generate awareness that your business even exists. Whereas community is focused on creating retention. Their job is to keep the people important to your business in the room engaged so that you can have an ongoing relationship with them. So what do these functions actually do? Well, in marketing's case, they're building brand loyalty. This is achieved through advertising, communications, like email marketing and websites and social media. This all increases visibility and familiarity around your brand. Community focuses on rewarding loyalty, as well as reaping the rewards of loyalty. This is done through developing deeper relationships with the stakeholders in your business, like customers, employees, and broader industry folk. It's important to note that these functions also communicate completely differently. In marketing's case, it's typically one-way communication. They're broadcasting to the world that you exist. Whereas with community, you're typically looking at two-way communication. The connections are deeper. They're not just listening to what community members have to say, but they're also actively engaging in conversations with them. Now let's talk about how they measure success. Marketing typically focuses on three main aspects: communication, advertising, and social media. When marketing sends out a newsletter, they care typically about open rates and click rates. With advertising, they care about how many views and conversion rate. And with social media, they care about views, likes, comments, and follows. All of these typically focus on one key business goal: increasing sales. There are some marketing campaigns that can overlap into community. For example, a hashtag campaign where marketing is asking customers to send in their posts and use a certain hashtag. Community focuses more on engagement, typically through communications, the community platform itself, and community activities such as online and offline events. So if community were to send out a newsletter, they're really focused on aspects like who's replying to the newsletter, who's continuing the conversation by jumping on the community platform. With the community platform, they care about how many active members are logging in and participating in the community. Even if it's just by logging in and reading posts, that is considered participation in a community. They're also focused on the conversations had, how community members are engaging with each other, and how the community is helping impact specific business goals. Now, this may include increased sales, but there's also a whole variety of other business outcomes that community can impact. Now let's talk about who they typically serve and the impacts on business. Like I mentioned, marketing's primary goal is to sell more products or services for a business. And their function really is to serve the business. But in community's case, their function is to serve the people in the community, which may include the business, but it also includes other people in the community. Selling more products or services is just one outcome that is possible from creating a community. For example, say you're a business that sells a technical product, and you have a lot of customers that typically ask a lot of questions to get started using the product. If you have an engaged support community where you have customers helping answer other customers' questions, then you can reduce your support staff costs. But at the same time, your community is serving your customers who are getting better at using your product as well. So you're getting reduced business costs, and customers are also receiving customer service to help them get better at using the product, all at the same time. If you need product feedback and you have a community of engaged members that are actively providing you with great feedback on your product or service, well, now you don't need to spend additional money on market research. Plus, you have actionable feedback to help you improve your products and services. You can then keep your community informed with any updates as they've suggested, And hopefully you're looking at increasing product and service sales future on. All thanks to listening to their feedback. Engaged community members can also be your best salespeople. They can refer you more business. Plus, if they are considered experts in the community where people trust their advice, you may find that they actually help increase your revenue generated per customer. But most importantly, a really successful community is one where you're serving everybody in the community well, not just the business. It's the way forward for many companies, especially in Web3. We're hearing this term called community-led business. They're realizing that there are true benefits to building long-term relationships with the key stakeholders in their business by empowering them. Now let's talk about what they cost. With marketing, there's typically 3 ways to spend money: advertising, communications, and social media. On average, small to medium businesses can spend anywhere from $2,500 to $12,000 per month on online advertising. Just to give you an idea, it costs $2,000 roughly for 100,000 views on YouTube ads. On the communication side, typically you're looking at email marketing platforms, blogs, websites, SEO, and any form conversions. You can try to do this for free, and to be honest, if you have a small email list, for instance, it's not that hard to get set up, but it does take you a lot of time to learn and get set up. Paid plans with over 2,000 marketing contacts using platforms like HubSpot typically start at around $45 per month, all the way up to $3,200, and these are for the typical marketing requirements. Now with social media, you can easily start this for free. You've got Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. They're all easy to start for free. However, most businesses will hire a part-time social media manager to help them get started and also to manage the platform. For these costs, you're typically looking at anything from $20 per hour to $200 per hour. Now let's talk about the cost to build a community. To build community, it takes a long time commitment. You can do this yourself. It does require a lot of time. There are platforms that are available for you to start for free. You can use platforms like Facebook groups or Discord servers, but typically it's really daunting for businesses to just get started with building a community. And because the relationships that you're building are deeper and it's actually a lot more work to do, a lot of businesses find that they're either stuck or they need to spend money on mentoring, finding someone to help them with building a community strategy, and generally just finding out how do you get set up. So if you're serious about starting a community, typically it would cost you anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 per month for a full-time community manager who would be able to help you with getting set up and managing the community. Although note that for more experienced community managers, these costs can actually be higher. But if you're looking for a part-time community manager, these costs can be anywhere from $200 to $250 per week if you jump on platforms like Fiverr. Like I mentioned with the platform side of things, you can get started for free. However, if you do want a more customized version or you have a lot of community members and you need something a bit more sophisticated, then you can pay for certain platforms. You're looking at typically anywhere from $30 to $120 per month. But again, these prices can rise dramatically if you're looking for super customized solutions. I've given you a range of costs because every business is different and obviously your situation may be different from another business. Lastly, what if your business has both functions? What if you have a marketing team and a community team? How do these roles play together? Well, in marketing's case, their job is to make sure that people know that the community exists along with the business. And community's job is to make sure that people stick around, that they're engaged, and that they're making it worthwhile because marketing's done all this work getting people through the door. So community's job is to make sure people stick around and stay in the room. Let's sum up finally the differences between marketing and community. So with marketing, they're focused on awareness. Their job is to ensure that people know that your business exists. They're building brand loyalty. It's typically one-way communication. They exist to serve the business. Costs will vary, but I would say that it is tougher to start at a lower cost, especially given the impact that it has on business, which is primarily focused on increasing sales. Whereas with community, they're really focused on retention. They're rewarding loyalty and they're also reaping the rewards of loyalty. It's typically two-way conversations. and they exist to serve the people in the community. Any positive business impacts may be one of the many outcomes from having a community. So where should you spend your time and money? Marketing or community? Well, if you're a business that needs fast results to sell more products in a short period of time, typically businesses would focus more on marketing. If you're a business that has a variety of different business goals, such as any mentioned here, and you want a more cost-effective way of achieving these goals, but you're patient and willing to invest the time, then businesses should focus more on building community. Of course, you can allocate time and resources to both of these functions. They work really well together, as I mentioned before. Hope that's helped you understand the differences between marketing versus community. If you still have questions, drop a comment below. I'll see you in the next video.